Okay, and we were talking about this drug court program, and Brandy said, who's over that? Who made that decision? Who is this judge that ordered that I do extra time after my sentence was already served? Well, that would be Jimmy Kraft. That would be the judge that told me I had 7.5 years and then added 5 years to it after my final sentencing, after I was sent to prison. My paperwork has changed. This is something else.
He's also the judge.
The paperwork that they printed off for me in prison said one thing. Whenever I got out and went and picked up my paperwork from probation and parole, and then had to go to the clerk's office and pick some up, it's all different. It has different recommendations, different dates, different everything. And my name is another big thing. They booked me under Lucas.
Oh, explain.
And then my social security card and medical card was being used in Whitesburg while I was a KCIW inmate.
Yes.
While I was in Pee Wee Valley in 2018. There are charges at the Whitesburg Clinic.
Yes. From
on my Medicaid. And Medicaid refused to pay it because they were already covering my stuff. They were paying for me. They knew where I was at.
They knew.
Yeah. So whenever somebody went in and tried to use my insurance and they got a bill, it went to collections. So it's on my collections. Like I have got, it's on my credit report. And I can't get credit or anything because I can't even verify who I am.
Right.
They won't give me a driver's license. I went to get my license, tested, took my permit test. They gave me my permit, printed it off with my picture and everything. We left and come home. That's how it took me to do it. Yeah. And then a few months later, I called to make the appointment for the driver's test, and they said, you have to redo your permit. And I said, what do you mean? And they said, we revoked it the day after that it was issued. And they didn't notify me, knowing I'm on parole. Didn't notify me that they revoked the thing. So I was out driving without a license. That would have been enough for them to take me in.
Take you back in. They could have
being a DOC inmate. Yep. So, and charge me more. So they said that the reason was because my name wasn't correct. My name has been the same for 25 years or more, however long it was since I married Chris. I don't know. It was Lanu. That was my legal name on my social security card, on my taxes, on everything, on my driver's license for years. And they booked me under Lucas. And then somebody was using my ID and stuff to make purchases and visit the doctor and things here on the outside under my actual name and social security number. And whenever I got out, and now I can't get my driver's license. This was what was weird about that. They said I had to go to the clerk's office, get a copy of my divorce papers from Christopher Lanu. Now, I want to point this out. I had the divorce papers. And I had where it said that my last name was not restored to Lucas. So I go and print these off, or get these printed off from the clerk's office. And now it says, restored to her former name of Lucas back in 2007. And that was why. And this was not on my original divorce papers. Daniel Dotson is the one that did this divorce. And it was an illegal divorce. I mean, it shouldn't have been because I didn't even get it signed. He did it as a favor. He said that he abandoned me and hadn't been back to the state for a year. And that was the grounds that he granted the divorce on. But he didn't change my name.
Yeah. None of the paperwork was done.
No, none of the paperwork was done.
Let's see, we're...
So then whenever now I get out of prison, go to get my license, and I can't prove who I am because I don't have a valid ID, apparently. I can't do anything. I can't even get my Cash App to link up with the GoFundMe for Lexi's project. Like, we have to get it to, or not the Cash App, but my regular bank account because they want proof of identity, and I can't give it to them because they won't give me a license. They won't let me have a new ID unless I take this, my original marriage certificate, and the only physical ID card that I have, and put it in an envelope and send it to Frankfurt without even a name. They won't even give me a name of who to address it to. They're just like, send it to this address, it'll find its way.
Right, which means it'll get lost in the system. And
so I finally get a hold of somebody on the phone, somebody else, and she's like, do not do that. That is a horrible decision. Don't do that. You need to take it in person and do it in person.
Your personal information.
And I'd never get it back, probably. It might get lost in the mail. Who knows who I'm sending it to if I'm just addressing it to the Social Security Department or the Social Security Administration.
You never know what.
You can't even put an office name or give me a worker's name to
without a
put on it,
license, you
or
can't
a
drive
phone
to go
number
to
of
the
somebody to
office.
call and say, I'm mailing you this. Can you let me know if you receive it?
And without a driver's license, you
I
can't
can't even drive to Frankfurt to fix
go
it.
to fix it. So,
Yeah,
it's a loop.
it's a loop.
It's a big loop.
It's endless. Okay, so this was these
Okay, this is
obligations.
Yes.
Financial obligation. I paid all this except for there's $300 still. See, and this is something else. This says that I owed $150 restitution for court costs and stuff. I get out and it's like $700.
Right.
We paid a few hundred of it already, but I do still owe like 300 and something. Okay, so over here is, in education, employment, financial.
Yeah, they want you to be
maintain
employed.
gainful
Where you gonna get a
employment.
job at?
Apply to a minimum of 5 jobs a month. Provide an officer with a list of jobs applied for. Which I got to say, they weren't too strict on this with me because we have a farm and we're self-employed.
Right.
Or well, Dustin's not. He has a real job
He
too.
has a job,
But we also have the farm, and I do other things too. I'm self-employed,
Right.
so that's never been a problem. But yeah, that's it on that. I think.
Second chance to make a first impression. Not in our town.
Not in our town.
Not in our town.
And if you notice, none of this is even signed by anybody.
Nothing.
Nothing
I've
is signed.
noticed, most
Nothing is signed by anybody. It's just all a bunch of nonsense that they made up.
And then if it is signed, it's the same signature.
It's a print off. Yes, it's you. Yeah, it looks like it's stamped or like they've just like copy pasted it.
Or it's the secretary. Let's see, it was another one.
Or yeah, that secretary. Well, that's a common thing though in law. The secretaries do sign for a lot of different
like that. But,
paperwork, and it's legal like for them to do so. But
sometimes
it's not. Yeah. Sometimes the papers need to be seen by the attorneys. Sometimes, the person being charged needs to see an attorney.
No, that don't happen. You can call these like Apple Red, places like that, and they'll tell you we are swamped. It may be 6 months.
Or we don't take cases like that.
Or we don't take cases.
Or we don't fool with Fletcher County.
We don't deal with child.
We don't deal with Fletcher County.
Custody.
We don't deal with drug court.
We don't want to deal.
We don't deal with divorce stuff.
Yep. So if you're for low income Appalachian people, why not?
And you can't even go out of town to find a lawyer. We have the internet and stuff now, and that's better.
Most surrounding counties people that work in them are like, nope.
Yep. They don't want no part of them.
Sorry, we had to go out of county to get an attorney for a child case, a custody case.
I got my GED in 2021.
Yep.
And I was 15. Yep. Was I 15 and 21? 15, 16? No, I was.
No, you got that while you was in. See, they could have done this when you was young.
I did. I did this when I was a teenager.
But you didn't have proof of it, did you?
I didn't have proof of it until I went to prison and they printed it off.
Oh my gosh.
They found it for me. And I used to teach down there. Like I would go and volunteer and do tutoring and stuff with the adult education part whenever I was a student at Southeast.
You see how many programs? See, honestly, like with the Letcher County Jail, yes, I know they are good people. Some good people. But the whole thing needs to be wiped clean and start fresh and make programs.
I was 16.
When you have people like Michael Clark.
Mm-hmm. I tested when I was 15. That's what it was, and then they put it in
because they tested all you all.
Because this is right after my birthday, right after my 16th birthday. Yeah. So I got my GED because my home life was so bad that I could not go to school. So we decided that it would be best if I just got my GED and went on to college. And Dr. Baker was treating my mental health and stuff too at the time, and my endometriosis and stuff. And he signed a paper for me to be able to get my GED
that's another
underage.
Thing. People have a lot of medical
because they were trying to put my mom in jail and stuff for truancy. But I was going to school was the thing. I was there. I was going to school. I wasn't missing school, and they were up her ass for truancy and wanting to charge her fines and stuff.
All the time. They told me even once I'd go to jail if Caleb didn't, go to school. And then
but I was at school.
They yanked
I loved school. I loved school.
I know.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. They took the kids that maybe they had bad home lives, but they were brilliant.
I had a scholarship for the Academy of Art. and I didn't get to go
And they took it.
because of this shit, because of Kevin Mullins and them doing that shit and pulling me into that shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad when you sit and think about all the things that
all the dreams that I had,
could have done,
all the things that I could have done with my life up to this point.
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm capable of. I know how smart I am.
I know.
So for them to just treat me like I'm just a piece of shit and dumb and try to make me feel stupid
Yes.
all the time,
And
that's such an
me.
insult.
That's what bothered
That
me.
is such an insult to me. Don't insult my intelligence.
The more
you know?
I dug in trying to learn about what things was going on, the more they would beat you down. Beat you down, you know, like you're poor, you're ignorant,
look right here. This was filed in 2018, signed in 2018, this judgment for the child support and stuff.
Yes.
I was in jail. That's when somebody, it was not long after that, the dates. I need to look it up and see what the date is that they visited that clinic. Yeah. And they call me. They ring my phone off the hook wanting me to pay them. And I'm like, listen, that was not me. That was not me. I'm sorry. I have proof. I was in prison. And it doesn't matter.
I wonder if they're doing that with everybody.
With everybody.
You know, does everybody that's been in jail for a while need to go back and check their credit reports?
Yes.
See what?
You should go check your credit reports.
See if anything.
Go to Credit Karma. See if anything's looking fishy. Anything you don't recognize, you need to contest
or
it.
during a time
And you need to probably go ahead and go look into the status of your driver's license and shit too.
Oh,
maybe even your marriage license. Because now I'm being told that I wasn't even legally married to begin with to Dusto, and I don't know why. I don't know who said that, because I do have a valid marriage with him. So I don't know why people are saying that. It doesn't make sense.
Let me tell you something happened to me.
I'm still trying to figure that one out. We're piecing that one together.
Here recently,
I
tried to apply for an apartment, you know, and during me applying for an apartment, they done a background check. And like I said, I was arrested one time. It was threw out. It was dismissed. There shouldn't be anything on my record. I looked it up. It said after 30 days of being dismissed, shouldn't be there. It should be gone. It shouldn't be on your record.
That shit don't get took off your record. They leave it on there.
They leave it on there.
Regardless if it says dismissed or not, they still hold it against you whenever you have to get a background check. Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
You can tell us from being a child that had to go through, you know, all this stuff with us, and you know.
She was, young whenever it started, and witnessed it all. And I'm so glad you learned from our mistakes.
I am too.
I am so proud of you.
Watching you girls and what you guys went through is what taught me what not to do.
Right.
Well, and you know that was
and how to set your boundaries and not let them cross them. Yes, at least we got that.
Right. Well, you know, one of the things though that always bothered us was, you know, yes, my son was the one that committed the crime. Yeah. But
like I'm guilty of my crimes. I've never said not once that I'm not.
But
the ones that I'm not guilty of, I will tell you I did not do that, or they fucking earned it, or something.
But once it happens,
the ones that I did commit, I will acknowledge. I know I have not always been the best person. I have done bad things.
We all have.
Yes.
We all have a past.
We all have a past.
Yeah.
And it's just
our families pay for it.
Because,
you know,
they're not punishing me so much as they're punishing my kids.
Right.
But they take my kids away from me and then give them to the man who's raping me every day. What kind of sense does that make?
Why is mine and my children having to suffer because of my ancestors' sins?
You know, if her brother gets in trouble, and just because they see our last name, it's an automatic, you know.
Yep.
They
got CPS at the hospital meeting you at the door before you even have a chance.
It's
or if you do get to leave the hospital, if you're lucky and they don't catch you if you fly under their radar, then they will come for you eventually anyways, because all it takes is one person driving by and saying, oh, look at that. They have kids there.
Right. And then that's it.
And there are certain social workers here that are bad.
They are bad.
Yeah, and they do it to steal your children. They steal your children. They are kidnapping our children. And giving them to pedophiles and bad people. They're taking them from good homes.
Why would you take
walking their real parents up, taking their mother's rights away?
Yeah, I'm a good mother.
Yes,
I am a
good
mother, and I will admit that myself. I am a good mother. My babies can tell you I'm a good mama.
Yes.
Why were
She
my
don't have a
children
drug
stripped
problem.
away?
She's
I've
never had a drug problem.
I've never had social services called on me. Me and my mother
See if we can
raised
get this
my
in focus a
daughter
little better.
for 3 years, the first 3 years of her life,
She
by
was with us.
ourselves.
Yes.
Yes, my son, I do share custody of my son with my ex-mother-in-law. When my son was first born, when he was 6 months old, due to the abuse in our home, I had went into a manic episode. I have mental health just like everybody else. And in that time, my mother-in-law, his mother, told me to give her medical rights.
So
Supposed
she
to have
could
been
take him to
only
the doctor.
just so that way she could take him to the doctor. And that time, she gets an order. Angie Hatton does the order, lies to me, and I am saying lies to me, tells me it is to just give her temporary medical rights so that way she can take him to the doctor, things like that. If
And
something
when she
happened,
gets her,
by the way, I was the one still taking him to the doctor. I took him to his first dentist appointments and all. He was still home. They lied to me. It was a thing to give guardian de facto. And then
until
I
everything got
passed.
straightened up.
I passed my parents classes. I done it all. I went and got on medications. I started seeing a therapist. I started seeing a doctor.
Okay. Let it out.
They sent my mail to her address, and it can be proven at the courthouse. I was living in number 2 bottom in Jenkins, a mile up the road from her. My mail got sent to her house for the court date for her to give him back. Never told about it.
Never told
Never
about it.
told
So they
about
didn't show up.
So you didn't even get the notification.
No.
So
of her court date.
now that my ex-husband has ran off with my child, my other child, my youngest
No,
child.
we took her for a visit. What it was, we had been for 3 years working out visitation. I would go take my granddaughter, or I'd go pick my grandson up. We try to keep them together every weekend because they're siblings. And it was my weekend.
They've got
Not
to
even
do
just
they
that
have them
too.
separated now?
No,
Or
they're
they're
together.
They're together,
Together.
but we had them sit. But
It's not even the fact of, like, I never, it wasn't just the fact that I was letting her go to see her bubby. Obviously, that's the main reason.
But we wanted her.
I
in
would
contact with her other
never,
family.
and I have messages, I have proof. I never kept my daughter away from his family. It's not the intentions that I'm trying to keep my children away from their father and their family. I have proof of it.
That we
I have witnesses. I have messages. I have proof. I was forcing him to engage with his son and his daughter. His son, who he says is more like a brother, and a daughter that he begged to sign his rights over to, witnesses included, just to run off with her because he didn't like my boyfriend at the time.
What it was, I took her for the visit on a Friday.
I would let his mother
And they
keep
didn't
her every
return her.
other weekend.
And they didn't return her. They sent us a message.
The weekend of May 17th, the weekend after Mother's Day of last year, my ex-husband decided that he was going to keep her. That next Monday, that Sunday, I called the state police and everything, even though he wasn't on the birth certificate. Even though he had abandoned her for 3 years, they decided, whoever gets to the county attorney's office first is who gets her. He gets to the county attorney's office.
They told them
He lied. He lied and said that I terroristically threatened his life. He said I threatened to take his life. I proved it. I showed it. The only thing I ever threatened him of is to put him in jail for taking my daughter. That's the only thing. I got the messages. He said that the police officer said it. Said that I said it. And guess what? The police officer also agreed. I did not say it. My brother said he was going to kick his ass. And I said, brother, now isn't the time.
Now ain't the time. Yeah.
I was the calm party of the situation.
He got up there. We thought we were okay. We thought we could trust the state police to do the right thing.
I trusted Kevin Mullins that when we went to court, because he was the judge over the terroristic threatening, I trusted that when we went to court, Kevin, when I showed my proof and evidence, which is why it turned into a civil restraining order instead of the actual terroristic threatening or me going to jail, I expected Kevin to do the right thing and return my daughter to me, my child to me. The only place that she's known home for the whole 3 years of her life with her mommy and her mamaw. And no, he tells me I'm going to have to do it through child custody court.
We're 15 months in now. We get every other weekend. That's all we've had. It's parental alienation.
Yes.
I'm a good mommy. I am a good mommy. And I am proud I'm a good mommy, and I'll do anything in this world for my babies. And I'll tell you now, I would give my life for my babies. I don't care what I have to do to get my babies back in court. I'm doing it. I will fight, and I will fight, and I don't care if I have to fight to the day that they are 18 years old. My babies will look back and see that mommy fought.
Yes.
I don't care if this county decides to crap on me and hurt me.
This is the part that bothered me.
My kids know. My babies know. My babies come home every other weekend with my visitation. They come home and tell me, Mommy, we know you love us. We know you miss us. And that's all that matters in my heart. My babies know I want them.
Yes.
And I'll never stop fighting for them.
But what
I
bothered
promise you that.
What bothered me was to have a state trooper look at them that night. Now, and this is his words.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever gets to the courthouse first,
County Attorney's office.
Or County Attorney's office, and files a DVO first,
Mm-hmm.
gets your
What's DVO?
In the statute,
domestic violence
order.
In the statutes, in the Kentucky guidelines of parental rights, 6 months. It takes 6 months of abandonment, of not seeing your child, not reaching out to see your child, not doing anything with your child before your rights are taken. It was 3 years. The only time that he came to see any of his kids, it was his son, because he was coming to see me, and witnesses. I have witnesses. It's not him seeing his kids. It was him wanting to see me.
Yeah.
Him taking my babies, because he's not the one raising them. My daughter isn't at his house.
No, he didn't.
Oh, wait, no, let me rephrase that. He's homeless. My daughter isn't in his homeless house. She's been at her grandmother's, who he's taking my child from me so his mother can raise. He's trying to take 2 of my children for his mom to raise, not for him to raise. If it was the fact that he was actually wanting to be a father,
it might be a little bit different.
Right. If
I
he
never
stepped up and been a daddy and everything.
Well,
it
here's
would be
the
different.
thing.
Yeah.
Even
even
before this, even though he's the one who
And
decided
they
to
allowed it.
abandon her, I still was trying to force involvement.
Social services. Now, wait a minute. Social services, there's never been a report of abuse, neglect, or anything. We don't have any
on his
cases
part
at all.
I have videos proving abuse. I have videos proving that he is neglectful. I have proof
We have
that she
text
is in
messages.
danger. My baby, I feel like, is in danger with him. I feel better knowing that she's with his
She's
mother.
With her grandmother. Yeah.
I ain't going to lie about that, but she's still not in a safe environment, even with the grandmother.
And she's still not with her mother.
She needs to.
No.
Period.
My son
Period.
and daughter
That's
both.
Twice a month.
My
With her
son
mommy,
and
twice a
daughter
month.
both need to be home with their mommy, not with their mama, not with a abuser father.
On the other side of the
My
family that
son,
they didn't
I
even
have
know.
recordings of my son saying that
Yeah.
he don't want involvement with his daddy. His daddy doesn't try to see him. His daddy doesn't try to visit him. What?
The pictures, the videos. I mean, these kids will tell you, we won't come home. We won't come home.
Just know,
And
I
just
will
know,
continue fighting.
This is a nice home.
Yeah.
This is a nice fucking home. It's clean. It's safe.
If my kids weren't
Everybody's
safe with
sober.
me, if my kids
Their
weren't
dad
safe
was
with
my
me,
4th grade teacher, for Christ's sake. Like, this is a good family.
if my kids
Yeah.
weren't safe with me, why was I watching everyone else's children?
Right.
Why do I have pictures of me babysitting everyone else's children?
I trust
Why,
you
when an
any
event
day.
was coming up
Any day.
or something
she
was
played
happening,
with-
was
Yeah,
I
she
watching
did
their
babysit the
children? I was watching their kids. I have people who I babysat for years. They 4 kids. They were a lovely family. My Jehovah family. They're my
love
favorite
my Jehovah
family
family.
in Letcher County, Kentucky. Hi guys, if you're watching
Yes,
this.
hi, guys.
but
I watched
We
them.
love you.
I watched them. Their
Make jail
kids for
bearable.
2 years, 4 children, and I bring my son down there. 5 kids.
But that was the
for
only way
2
she could see her
years.
son too.
So
As
tell
long
me,
as he wasn't around me.
I want to understand. Just because I
But he
have
wasn't
partial
allowed around me
autism,
at
That's
all.
crazy.
why am I not fit to have my kids because I have partial autism?
And they would make rules
So
that
do
he couldn't
most
visit me
people these days.
unless they were with him.
When I went to go get my GED, because I signed myself out of high school
Explain
when my brother
because
got
of
hit by a
babysitting.
car. I went to get my GED and I had let my mother visit my child. I
2
got my
hours
kid.
a
I
day.
got my child took away from me for 6 months.
Yeah.
I didn't get to
For
see my
letting him
son
in
for
letting
6 months
keep
because
him.
I let my mother see him
2 hours.
2 hours once a week.
That was it. They did not want him
It's not
to
fair.
bond with me. They didn't want him around me. because not of who I was or anything else, but
The jealousy.
it was just they did not want a bond there. But
Yeah.
you know, that backfired. You know,
Yeah.
it did.
I'm about to head out, but just remember that whoever's watching this, I don't care if it's y'all. I will not stop fighting for my kids.
Nope.
I won't. I'm sorry.
I will
Till-
take
till
this
my
I
last
will
breath.
take it.
far as I need to take it.
Till my
I
last
don't care if I
breath.
have to
Yes.
take it to my last breath. I don't care if I got to take it to
Yeah.
my grave. I'm not going to stop fighting for my kids.
Yeah.
They're my babies. With Scarlett, I took 255 injections and almost died.
Well,
I had
you
an
gotta
emergency
explain, you
C-section.
had
I have a blood disorder,
right.
factor 5 Leiden.
If she
I
didn't-
almost died with both children.
Mhm.
I carried them. I mothered them. The lie of his mother keeping my son since week 1 and 2, we
got
were in
pictures.
Somerset with my grandparents. So how was he at your house for week 1? And then number 2, we lived at your house. We moved from Cincinnati, Kentucky, back to Jenkins, Kentucky, and was living in your house. You didn't have him since week 1. No, you didn't. We lived in your house. And then a month later, after moving into your house, we moved into our own house. My son was with me. Just because you had him
Just
during
because
his
you lived
teething fits, just because I lived with you, doesn't mean you had him since week
What
1.
it was
And
is
I'm
she
sorry,
was
that's
letting
lying
you-
under oath, Miss
Stop,
Missy.
Missy.
Miss Missy.
Yes.
But the thing
Good job,
of it,
baby.
but the thing of it is it all boiled down to
My voice is going to be heard.
my
Yeah.
reputation.
The truth is going to come out.
And just
I'm tired of cowering. I was scared. I've always been scared of everybody, and I've always been scared of everyone. I never want to disappoint anybody. I never want to make
that
anybody
goes back
mad.
to what we was talking about.
Yep,
We
I
were
mean-
I
trained.
am done being stepped on. I'm done with my babies being punished because people want to walk on me. No longer. My
No.
power is going to be heard. My voice is going to be heard. My children's voices are going to be heard.
Yes.
Hope everyone has a good day.
Have
And
a good
also,
day.
just another thing, I'm proud of everybody still coming out and talking. If you're afraid of coming out yourself with your own voice, make sure to message one of us.
Yes.
We can be your voice.
Don't
Yes.
care.
I love you
And
guys.
if you want to share your own voice and need a safe space to do so, reach out. We can
We're here.
provide that to you.
That's what we're here for.
Yep. We love y'all.